The reason why there has been, small increase in voting percentage that can be attributed to increase in literacy level and the more this is the first election. These five state elections are very important that because first time social media has become an important tool for political parties to campaign. As you know, there is people derisively call it Godi media, TV news channels, most of them, and most of the written media, the English press or the vernacular Hindi press, have been mostly supporting BJP in the last 10 years or so. But in social media, particularly YouTube channels, there are different narratives are coming, and now everybody has a smartphone, and the data connections are cheaper, so everybody has access to these alternative viewpoints. It is not the mainstream, the so-called mainstream thing which comes bombards you every day. TV news channels like Z News, Republic TV, or newspapers like Dainik Bhaskar, Dainik Jagran. No, we have got alternative points of view which directly reaches the people also. So this election, that's why also is very very important for me, or very interesting for me. So coming to the voting, unfortunately, I've not traveled to Marwar or Mewar or to the tribal dominated Dungarpur districts. What was very surprising for me was overall when you speak, there is almost 80 percentage voting in the tribal dominated Dungarpur and Banswada, that is so called Wagad divisions, which is dominated by Beals. I don't know. I'm very curious. Not many news channels, not many YouTubers have gone to this area also, which is heavily forested also. And Beals, in this most of the seats are ST seats. Beals are a Dravidian tribe. The word comes from the Tamil will. So the last time two seats of the tribal seats have been won by a tribal party. Um, but this time there has been a division in that party, and I don't know how far that impact will be. Whether the poorer tribals, the Adivasis, have supported Congress because of the welfare measures announced by the present government, Ashok Gehlot government, or is it due to anti-incumbency? Because even RSS has been pretty active in the tribal areas of MP and also Gujarat. Banaskanta, those districts come just south of that. Jabua district in Rajasthan comes to the west of it. All are contiguous areas, and RSS is also pretty strong. But I find it very strange that there has been a 5% increase compared to the state average. It is almost 80%. And of course, the high profile seats in Alwar, the high profile seat is Tigara, which is where BJP has put the Baba. I don't know whether you can call him a Baba, but he is he is a head of a Mutt in the neighboring Haryana, Balaknath, who is also supposed to be one of their chief ministerial candidate. Whereas Congress has pitted a Mio Muslim Imran Khan against him, so it's a very tough battle. So there is also more than 85 percentage voting in that seat. And another highly polarized seat is the largest seat in India in terms of assembly seat in terms of area, Pokhran. As you know, bordering Pakistan, where India has got the nuclear testing facilities also. It's a completely desert area, and that's why it's a huge seat. There also is almost 87, 88 percentage voting has taken place. Again, it's between a Muslim religious leader who is a sitting MLA also by Congress, and a rival Hindu Mutt leader who also fought in the last elections and lost by around 800 votes. He is a BJP candidate. So these two seats are highly religious polarized seats. Apart from that, I didn't see anywhere any religious polarization. Yes, BJP tried to invoke it. Mr. Modi has been repeatedly talking about the killing of one Hindu youth last year. But they have been very silent on killing of two Muslims in the last year by the Hindu gangs. They tried to divide it, but except for the hardcore BJP RSS voter, which is around 10%, even the normal BJP supporters have also not taken much interest in this communal polarization, except in these two seats. Watch out, there's these two seats. Tijara in Alwar, where Balaknath versus Imran Khan, and Pokhran seat. Both have seen more than 87-88 percentage polling, which is, as you know, 12-13 percentage more than the overall state average. But I'm more there is also slight increase of 1% voting compared to the state average in Hadoti. I don't, maybe anti-incumbency. This is an area where Gujars are there. I don't know. As I said, there has been some small swing in favor of Congress in the last 2 days among the Gujars. I don't know whether it will materialize into voting or not. This is a very, very interesting battle. Congress has won last time 99 seats and later some independents of all. And there's a third force also. What makes it more interesting is a third force there. Last time BSP won 6 seats, mostly in Bharatpur and Dholpur and Alwar, which are bordering UP and Haryana, and all 6 of them later joined Congress. This time also they have set up candidate, but BSP is not as strong as in the last 20 years or so. Because Mayawati is not very active these days because she is not keeping in good health, and she did campaign in Dholpur and Bharatpur, but I don't expect BSP to win anything big. But there is another big thing in Nagaur, which is a Jat area, traditional Jat area. Hanuman Beniwal. He's a very big leader now. He's a sitting Lok Sabha MP also. Last time he won with the support of, he was in BJP. Later he came out of BJP and started his own political party. And he came out of the BJP alliance NDA after the BJP passed the 3 farm laws, and he didn't go back to NDA. The Punjab Akali Dal, he also left BJP after the farm laws were passed by parliament. And he has got 3 MLAs also from Nagaur district. And this time he has struck up an alliance, very interesting alliance with Chandrasekhar Azad Ravan. And because I wanted to show his face to you, because you will be hearing about a lot. This is Mr. Chandrasekhar Azad Ravan. He is a firebrand Dalit leader from western UP, Saharanpur. Who started his political or social career with a non-political organization called Beam Army in his Saharanpur native district. He had a fight with Rajputs, and his political party is known as ASP, Azad Samaj Party, and he wants to become part of India bloc. But you see his interesting name, Chandrasekhar is his name, and he has added Azad to his name because he wants to free the Dalits from the control of the upper caste, and he has also added another name to him, Ravan. So about which they will come to it later. But he is he's around 36, 37, and this is his first big election, and not fighting in his home turf, Uttar Pradesh, but in Rajasthan, where he has aligned with the Jats. In Nagaur, and they have set up candidates in almost all the constituencies that are there. They are not going to expect win anything other than in Nagaur, but they will be definitely cutting votes because they have set up different kind of candidates in places like Dundar. They have set up Gujjar candidates. They have come up with in places like Alwar, they have come up with Yadav or Ahir candidates. So it's very interesting whose votes they are going to take. Because in last election, when Congress won 100 seats, where BJP won 73 seats, the margin of difference between Congress and BJP was only 0.53%, less than around half percentage points. It's a very tightly contest because there is no anti-incumbency, as I have said. So even a small thing of 1,000 votes, 2,000 votes, 3,000 votes in constituency could entirely change the results. So I am very much eager to see the impact of Hanuman Beniwal's Jat party, which is based in Nagaur, in alliance with Chandrasekhar Azad. Now most of the Dalits, particularly youngsters, the Dalits in Rajasthan are different castes. But when you see Bharatpur, Dholpur, Alwar, the districts bordering Haryana and UP, most of them are Jatavs or Chamas, the subcaste of the Dalit to which Mayawati and Chandrasekhar Azad belong to. Since Mayawati is pretty inactive in the last 7-8 years, Chandrasekhar Azad's graph has risen dramatically. And I want to see the impact, particularly among the youth, how much of votes they are going to get and whose votes they are going to take it away, BJP's votes or Congress votes. This is a big question mark. In my opinion, The amount of votes this alliance, Hanuman Beliwal's Jat Party and Chandrasekhar Asa's Dalit Party, this alliance, how much votes they are going to take out in this in Shekhawati, Dundar, Hadoti, and Dolpur and Bharatpur belt, Alwar belt. They are essentially restricted to this part. So plus how much Gujjar vote has come back to Congress and how much Meena vote has come back to Congress. So all these factors, the impact of Eastern Rajasthan link canal project, which Congress says that BJP government and the center is not helping at all, and they are implementing with their own state government funds. This is big area. Whereas I expect, according to when you see the body language of the Congress leaders after the election, once the polling is over, I find it both Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot's body language is mostly positive compared to BJP leaders. One of the problems with BJP is this election for them is there is no CM candidate. Vasundhara Raje is not projected because she doesn't enjoy good relations with Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah, and she doesn't have good relations with the RSS also. So BJP, though she is from Dolpur, she comes from Gwalior Maratha royal family, married into Dolpur Jat royal family. So some Jats in Dolpur, Bharatpur belt were voting for BJP, not because they supported BJP's policies, but because of Vasundhara Raje's Jat connections. Probably that vote will not go to BJP this time, but BJP has gone back to its traditional Rajput. There are many Rajput CM faces, which include Colonel Rajvardhan Rathore, who is fighting Jaipur rural seat, where it's a very tough fight for him because Congress has put a Jat candidate against him, and Divya Kumari, who is contesting on a Jaipur city seat, probably safe seat. She is a erstwhile royal from the Jaipur royal family, and also another Jat, Rajput leader who is fighting in Sikar. Another Rathore, who is a BJP leader of opposition in the assembly. So he is also fighting a tough battle against Congress Jat leader. There is also talk that BJP may put Mr. Balaknath, the month who is fighting Tijara Street at Salwar. He is the Yogi Adityanath of Rajasthan. So we have to wait and see how things pan out if BJP wins, and there's a very interesting scenario. For example, let's see BJP wins 90 to 95 seats, falls short of majority. Congress also wins almost same number of seats, and there are 15 independents and smaller parties winners. Will Vasundhara Raje support any other CM candidate for in BJP, or will she side with Congress? She will take away a chunk of BJP MLAs and sign the different permutations and combinations are possible. So I expect Mewar to stay with the BJP last election also, because they stayed with BJP. Whereas Congress is expected to make gains in little bit in Marwar and then in the tribal belt. But the final decision will be boiling down to these two districts, in my opinion, Dausa and Tonk, the Gujjar Meena areas, where how much of Gujjar vote which seems to be gone away from Congress to BJP, how much it has come back to Congress in the last couple of days. That, in my opinion, is going to, because the margins are going to be very, very narrow. In my opinion, whichever party which is going to get a majority is going to win by a less than 1% margin in the vote share. It's very, very tight contest, very, very difficult to predict. But as I said, the body language of Congress leaders once the polling was over seems to be more positive to me than BJP leaders. Congress believes, insider sources from Congress say that out of the 105 odd Congress MLAs, they have denied tickets to around 10-15. Around 30, they are expecting them to lose, because there's a strong anti-incumbency against the local MLAs, not against the government, not against Ashok Gehlot, but there has been an anger against about the people against the local MLAs. So around 30 MLAs they are expected, the Congress expect their own MLAs to lose, but they expect to pick up 30 seats from BJP again because of the anger against the local BJP MLAs. And one more factor here is there are rebels from both the parties, which again will play an important role. But BJP's rebels are very strong candidates. So some of the rebels, Colonel Rajasthan Rajor is fighting a difficult battle because of the BJP rebel. Another BJP sitting union minister, sitting MP, Mr. Megwal is fighting a difficult battle because of a sitting BJP rebel, who is a sitting MLA and who has now thrown his hat in the ring. BJP's rebels are much stronger than Congress rebels. How much that will impact? And as I said, if nobody gets a majority, there's a hung assembly. Many of them are Vasundhara Raje loyalists. Will Vasundhara ask them to come back to BJP or silently encourage them to back Congress in the event of a hung assembly? And if she feels that she will not be favored by Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah, there are very, very interesting probabilities which will come on after December 3rd. But as I said, it's very, very intriguing election with no wave, but this is, as I said, the winds of change are blowing even for 2024. It won't be a sweep for BJP as in the last two elections, as I said, 25 top 25 here. It won't be there because there's a lot of anti-incumbency against Mr. Modi's government. Also, people have been openly, particularly housewives, women have been talking openly about mehangai, that is price rise, inflation, particularly gas cylinders rise. So all in all, it makes a very interesting view. My prediction, I would say both parties is going to be a hung assembly, with both parties getting around 90 to 95, and independents and smaller parties like Chandrasekhar Azad. Chandrasekhar Azad has been very, very consistent. He has been arrested under NSA, he has been arrested under Gunda Act in UP, and he has been consistently against BJP, against farm laws, against CAA, against even construction of the Ram temple in Ayodhya. Because he has got himself a surname called Ravan, though he does not use it right now because it has a potential to polarize the voters. He himself has said and dropped his surname is Ravan. So I don't think he will support BJP. Whether Beniwal, who comes from BJP but who has come out of the NDA alliance after Famla, whether he will support BJP. What about whether BSP can it win 1 or 2 seats? What about the independents, particularly the very strong BJP rebels in around 15 seats or so? So very interesting now. Around 15 seats I give it to independents, to the smaller parties, to Beniwal, to Azad, to the tribal party in southern belt. But I give the both parties around 90 to 95 seats. So this is what my prediction is. So we have to wait and see. One more thing I want to say that is these predictions are based on my travels and my talks with many people, people who reside there. And but when I was going to Kota, just before Diwali, one gentleman from Agra was traveling in the same train who was going to pick his son who is studying in a coaching center in Kota. As you know, Kota is India's coaching capital for NEET and JEE. And he told me a very interesting thing. He is a village Pradhan from a village around 30 kilometers from Agra. He said during the 2022 assembly elections in UP, in one locality in Agra city, around 40,000 votes were there. Almost all of them were either Muslims or Dalits, the Jatavs who support hardcore supporters of Mayawati, and Muslims who broadly support SP. And in that area, BJP has got in the finally 10,000 votes out of 40,000 votes. He believed that there has been a lot of EVM manipulation is going on. I've heard this EVM manipulation conspiracy theories from political analysts, from even people higher up in the administration, but for the first time from a ground level person, from a village Pradhan, citing some local data. Data are very important. You can't run them, you can't escape from that data. Has been very surprising for me. So my analysis is based on that there is no EVM manipulation. If there is manipulation, all this analysis, all these things go